Yeah, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Thank you. So it's already 5:04, so we'll start. So I'm Faisal. I'm the National Business Head at Yugma and VMentor.ai. I lead the business development for VMentor as well as for Yugma. I'll just give you brief about both the verticals in some time. Uh, Along with me, we have Tisya, Sanika, Sam, Aiden, who work with me at VMentor.ai. So one thing that my camera is not working, so apologies for not switching on my camera, but I would request all of you to quickly switch on your camera so that I can understand with whom I'm talking and I can also take a clue as to if you're understanding what I'm saying. Please switch on your cameras in case you are not in a formal setup, that's okay. This is just a pre-placement. Yeah, thank you. And whoever hasn't switched on the camera, please switch it on quickly. Just go on the next slide, Sam, please. So this is what VMentor is all about. So we, as the name suggests, VMentor.ai. So it means we mentor organizations. And by AI here, we don't mean artificial intelligence. It stands for all intelligence. Now, these are some of the reasons why uh, we are preferred by more than 75 plus corporates in the industry. We have more than 350 industry mentors or facilitators, coaches who work with us with a combined years of experience of 300 and plus. We have 94% NPS. NPS means Net Promoter Score. So, in case somebody goes through our trainings or some of the other strategic interventions, how likely are they to promote our offerings? So, 94% is our NPS from 25,000 plus learners. So, that is not a small number, it's significantly large number. And that proves that we basically do offer things of great impact and value. And whenever we do any academy, any strategic interventions, usually there's 90% plus average completion rates amongst corporate. We have a unique approach of ownership of return on investment that the corporates do. And we have a structured 30, 60, 90 days feedback cycle with them. Our offerings are pretty innovative, so it can be customizable, it can be plugged and played, and there's a lot of methodologies that are being curated or tailored based on the needs of the organizations. At the back end, we have a robust PMO team, which is Program Management Office, which ensures that there's a smooth and impactful learning journey. So this is what is the USP of VMentor in that sense. And with VMentor, we currently work with more than 75 plus companies, ranging from the top MNCs like Reliance, Aditya Birla, RPG, to some of the listed startups like Ola, Swiggy, Licious, to some of the listed MSMEs like Tilak Nagar Industries. And what we offer there, I'll just come to that in the next slide. Sam, can you go on the next slide? So these are the solutions that we basically offer to all the corporate clients. The first is assessment and development center. So apart from a lot of virtual and online psychometric assessments, behavioral assessments, we run assessment centers, development centers. There's a lot of role plays, skits, simulation of situations and stuff based on which we basically assess whether the people have certain level of competencies and skills or not. And that assessment is then basically used by companies either for their succession planning. By succession planning, for example, tomorrow if a CEO is retiring in 6 months, the company has to plan who will be the next CEO. So they send them potential people, we do the assessments and we share with them whether these people are likely fit for that particular role. All these assessment centers, data, insights, inputs are used to basically curate a learner's journey. For example, an organization wants people to be on X level of skills. Currently, they are on X minus 2 based on this assessment. So the data that is being coming from this assessment and development center is then used to curate a learning journey for them, which is very relevant for them. Second offering is functional corporate academies. So in the corporates, there's one challenge that till the time you're a student, you learn in pretty structured and systematic manner, and you have a university regulator, curriculum, all those things. But once you join a corporate and start doing a full-time job, the learning curve comes down because you're so focused on doing your role. So there we basically run a lot of academies on HR, finance, AIML, operations, supply chain, whatever is the need of the corporate in that sense. And the objective here is to one basically brush their knowledge of their existing specialization. Second, updating them with what is the latest trends in the industry in that sense. Third, latest tools and technologies that are being used to enhance efficiency, productivity, and stuff. So we run very deep academies of 4 months, 6 months in corporates where only a particular corporate's employees attend those journeys. For example, in Reliance Retail, we run India's largest HR academy. So every HR employee within Reliance Retail, whether he's a management trainee or he's a vice president, they go to our certification of 4 months. Third is leadership development. So there, as I said in the first offering assessment and development centers, some of the data points can be used from there to basically help with leadership development. So we'll do a lot of assessments. We'll do a lot of executive coaching. So a lot of CEOs, CTOs, CHROs and stuff, they go through one-on-one coaching to some of our coaches, mentors, and that is to help them basically go to the next level. For example, if a particular NBFC currently is a 5,000 crore company and they're targeting to become a 10,000 crore company in the next 5 years. So there has to be some change in the leadership team as well, right? To basically reach that target. Some change in competencies, some change in perspectives, the kind of methodology that they're using, thinking and stuff. So we do coaching to help such leaders go to the next level. And there's a lot of advanced leadership development program which we keep doing. Sam, just go on the last slide. I'll just wrap it up quickly. It's going ahead, Sam. Yeah, thank you. The fourth offering that we have is called Recruit, Train, and Deploy. So within VMentor, which is a parent company, there's a vertical called Yugma. So Yugma is a Sanskrit word which means boundaryless collaborations. So through Yugma, we basically mentor a lot of students at business schools, engineering colleges and stuff. Uh, and we basically help them become placement ready, career ready and stuff. So by the virtue of that, we are connected with more than 2,000 colleges across India. So we help a lot of corporates recruit from campuses across locations. Just to give you an example, for Mahindra Finance, we help them recruit from 70 locations across India, from Kashmir till Kanyakumari, all the 70 locations that they operate at. We help them basically recruit from all those locations because we have a deep reach, deep understanding of what kind of talent resides in which kind campuses and stuff. We have our own assessments. So a lot of companies don't have the bandwidth to go to 70 locations, do the process. So we do the preliminary processes for them. They only do the final interviews. And once people are selected for the cohort, we run a 7 days, 10 days training program to basically help the selected students become job ready. Because up till now they went to a generic education. Now they have to do a specific job. For that specific job, we do deliver trainings for them so that they're ready for that job. And lastly, strategy deployment tools. We do a lot of strategy deployment tools using BSC, which is balance scorecard, OKR, which is objective key results and stuff. A lot of simulations, exercises, trainings to help the vision cascade from the top management till the people who are working on the shop floor. For example, tomorrow, if at Reliance headquarters they make a new strategy to basically capture the market in some way or form, the person who is working on the ground floor should understand that, right? To basically achieve the strategy and vision. So we help with cascading such visions. I'll just take a pause here and just ask you in case any of you have any doubts with respect to what VMentor is and what our offerings are. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have. You can also put your questions in the chat box. Guys, come on, there's no uh, judgment or anything that will be passed on you, no matter how silly the question is or whatever it is. This is your chance to ask questions and gain clarity, because after this, the process will start.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, someone is saying something?
Yes, I'm Aman. I'm from ICT. So I have a question.
Yeah,
So how does VMentor differentiate itself from other mentorship programs?
great question. As I said, so one, we have 350 mentors, coaches, or facilitators across India. These people are with an average experience of 15 to 20 years. So, Aman, if you go to any training company, any organization, you may see that trainers are usually are doing trainings out of compulsion, because that's what is the bread and butter. Most of our mentors are not that. They are basically people who have made good careers, attained a vice president role, or CXO role, and based on their career success, they are better. They are offering this as a passion. So when someone teaches something or trains something out of passion rather than compulsion, there's a lot of difference in the kind of impact that it creates. Second, we have our own filtering mechanism that tomorrow, for example, if you apply and you say I want to be a mentor, we won't allow you to be a mentor, right? Because you don't have the right expertise, you don't have the right experience. So we have a very solid process of ensuring that we are onboarding only the right people and high quality people. And that is how you can see we have 94% NPS that I talked about in the last slide. And lastly, more than 50 to 70 people in our company basically are people who have became CEO, CHRO, CTO. So they have climbed the career ladder and they basically understand the business in a very strategic fashion. So the kind of value that we create, it's very different from any generic trainer and generic training company. Uh, and I'm not saying we are the only good company out there, but we are one of the best with respect to offering these interventions in that sense. And at a lot of places, we are even competing with the big fours like KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, and stuff. And that itself is a testimony that the industry takes us seriously and takes us on their level, even though we are pretty new in the industry. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anything? Okay, we can go ahead, Sam. The screen isn't moving, Sam.
Just a sec.
Sure. Okay. So the second vertical that I talked about, Yugma, it basically caters to B schools, engineering colleges, and other colleges to basically enhance their employability quotient. So as you can see on the slide, in India, job readiness is a major challenge for corporates. So a lot of corporates are not basically able to get good talent. And as per the reports by India Skills, only 45 to 50% of Indian graduates are employable. And employability stands at 20 to 25% in MBAs and only 15 to 20% in 20 to 25% in engineers and only 15 to 20% in MBA. And rest of the people, according to the assessment, says that they are not employable. In India, basically 75% of the companies report that there is significant skill gap as per NASCOM. You can see that 40% of core skills that are required for the job, it will change by 2025. There's a lot of emphasis on continuous learning. And companies are currently spending billions of dollars to upskill freshers and make them job ready in that sense. So this is one of the challenges that corporates are facing. On the next slide, Sam. And this is our business model for corporates and colleges. We have a platform with more than 380 industry mentors. We have a tech platform. We have unique methodology, assessment tools, placement assistance. There's a new education policy coming up. You all may have heard about it in some shape or form. And we basically help institutes, colleges, and university become NAP enabled in that sense, because implementing NAP itself is a big challenge. So at the left side, you can see to colleges, we offer placement support. We offer research labs, management development program, faculty development program, enhancing the admission quality. To freshers, we help with campus to corporate training, sectoral assessments, functional wellness, placements, and stuff. At corporates, event trainings and transformations, we help them with experienced freshers. By experienced freshers, what we mean is people who are attitude-wise ready, aptitude-wise ready, and skill-wise ready for a particular job. We bring in efficiency in hiring. So as I said, for example, for Mahindra Finance, if they do the hiring themselves, they'll have to travel to 70 locations, do a lot of process themselves. On the other hand, our people are already available at most places. So we do a lot of processes for them, and there's a lot of efficiency. And based on that, we are also able to help corporates with a ready pool of talent and lower turnaround time in that sense. So these people whom we train after helping recruit, the objective is making them job ready from day one. So one challenge of companies is whenever any young professionals join, or any young freshers join the companies, they take 6 to 8 months to settle down on the job and start adding value. On the other hand, the corporate wants them to start adding value from day one. Think about it, if you have a business and you hire someone, you would want that person to basically start adding value from day one. So that is the same problem with corporates, and we help corporates with that. For young professionals, we are coming up with offerings that will enable their career shifts. Someone who has been in sales for 4 or 5 years and now he wants to shift to some digital role. So we can help with such career transition. Someone who has worked in a bank branch now wants to work in a fintech. Someone wants to enhance their functional knowledge with respect to HR, marketing, supply chain ops. We can help them. So this is what our business model is as of now. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
So, does VMentor provide freshers placement or make them ready for placements?
Good question. So placements, as I said, when we our main offering at colleges and for students is basically make them career ready or corporate ready. When we come up with placements, it is basically for the corporates for whom we are recruiting. Now, when since we also recruit for a lot of corporates and our people are also from industry, we have a good understanding of what the industry demands from a fresher. So we help students basically upskill themselves there, and organically they are now better able to crack the selection process that come to the colleges. Placements we do offer, but it's not a commitment or it's not a short thing, because it always depends on the needs of the corporate for whom we are working. For example, this year Mahindra Finance may recruit to 200. Next year they may say we only need 100. They may say we need different roles or whatever. So although we do come with different corporates and different roles every year, but there's no guarantee that this particular role and this particular company will come. That will depend on what is the demand. Some basic roles like banking sales or sales of FMCG product, or those things which keeps coming, those kind of roles can be offered on an ongoing basis. But some roles basically depends on what the demand of the corporate is in that sense. So we do offer placement, but that comes from the corporate, and we basically help the corporate recruit right talent right from the campuses. And for our own company and for some other companies, we also recruit. So although we offer placement, it is not something which is a commitment. Our offering is basically enhancing your employability quotient. I hope I was clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sam, you want the next slide, please? So who are we? We basically were founded in 2019 by industry veterans with more than 200 years of experience with a vision of touching the lives of 5 lakh learners by enhancing the employability quotient and building a stronger Bharat. So as of now, we have three companies. One is VMentor.ai that we talked about. Within VMentor, there's a vertical called Yugma. We have a Section 8 company called Yugma Employability Foundation, through which we basically help students from the downtrodden sector or financially weak section to enhance their employability quotient. And lastly, we have a company called Vans Investment, which is a prop fund with which we invest in a new age startups and new age companies in that sense. So currently, we may be invested into 10 to 12 startups in that sense. So these are three companies that we have. And these are some of the partners that we have: Retailers Association of India, Maharashtra Economic Development Council, NASCOM, Gallup, Harrison, Vinos, National Skill Development Corporation, AI Thoughts, Startup India, and stuff. Let's go on the next slide, Sam. So this is the founding team. On the left side, you can see Sanjeev Kumar Tripathi. So he's the co-founder and COO at VMentor and Yugma. He's an Harvard B School alumnus. He has more than 1,000 years of coaching students and leaders, ranging from directors, VPs, SVPs. He has been a CXO for more than 15 years in companies like Credit Suisse, RBS, CSC, Tata Steel, and so on. And he has held global P&L responsibility. By P&L responsibility, it means someone who takes ownership of the profit and loss of the entire company. So he has been in that positions. He's an expert in psychometric and leadership framework. In the center, you can see Dr. Srinivas. He's the original founder of Vans Group, VMentor Yugma Employability Foundation. So he has been in 25 plus years in top tier leadership in Piramal Group, Ola, Shriram Housing Finance, and stuff. He has mentored more than 60 companies and 15,000 students, and he has multiple industry awards like CHR of the Year, Chief Learning Officer of the Year. He has a doctorate in excellence from UCT, USA. And his vision is to basically impact 5 lakh learners by 2026. On the right, you can see Meenu Bhatia. She's one of the co-founders, and she's an ex-HR leader from Piramal, Godrej, and Shape. She has 20 plus years of experience in building high performance teams across USA, UK, Europe, and India. She's a PCC certified coach, and she has 800 plus hours of coaching experience to CXOs and high potential managers. So this is the founding team. They come with a wide range of diverse experience or at CXO level, GM level, VP level and stuff. And these are the people who are basically leading the organization in that sense. Let's go on the next slide, sir. So this has been our journey. Although we started this 5 years ago, 3 years ago, we basically acquired a company called Ozone, which had a 14 years of legacy. So by the virtue of that acquisition, we have 14 years of legacy. We work with more than 250 institutes, universities and stuff, and more than 65 plus corporates. We have more than 380 industry and CXO mentors. We keep running a lot of strategic case study competitions amongst schools, engineering colleges. We have run 15 up till now. We have mentored more than 30 to 40,000 students across India. We have 35 plus copyrights of our own methodologies. Every year we come up with 250 plus internships and placement opportunities in some of the associated companies. If any college goes through our program, there's a 15% improvement in average CTCs in these schools and engineering colleges. The conversions improves up minimum around 25 to 30%. If someone is if a batch is aiming for a consulting role and stuff, there's a 12 to 20% kind of improvement. And at colleges, 4.7 out of 5 is the average rating of all interventions. Now imagine more than 40,000 students giving us ratings, and we have been able to get 4.7 out of 5 on an average when 40,000 students have gone through our trainings. So that's a significantly high number, and that basically is a testimony of the kind of impact that we create at colleges. Go on the next slide, Sam. On the corporate side, you can see sector-wise, these are some of our clients. You can just glimpse through them. These are some of the colleges that we work in a pretty deep fashion, and this is just a partial list. IIM Sambalpur, IIM Ranchi, Indira University, Jamnalal Bajaj, Sasmira, XIME. NMIM is the core MBA batch, Goa Institute of Management and Research, Bharati Das Institute, MIT, BINTech, so on. Go ahead, Sam. So, a question must be in your mind, why should you join a startup like ours? So, these are four reasons that we are giving you to basically join us. One is you'll get a very deep leadership exposure. So, if you join any other organization or any company, you'll be put in a very siloed role and in a single place. Whereas if you work with us, you'll be having direct interaction with the CXOs and the mentors who are CXOs will give you real world insight. So all the three people that I showed in the previous slide, Sanjeev, Srini, and Minu, you'll have direct access to them too. So you could say if you are in a company, they may be about 25 to 30 levels above you. But if you work in companies like ours, you'll have direct interactions with them, and there's a lot of learning there. Second, there's a lot of fast track career growth here. So you'll get a lot of hands-on learnings, and the career progression will be much quicker than any other large corporate that you may join. Third, culture and collaboration. We have a Gen Z friendly kind of a culture. It's a very open work culture. We value ideas over hierarchy. So, for example, if you join tomorrow, we'll give you full empowerment to come up with your ideas and counter with any idea that I may be giving. So, there's no herd mentality. There's nothing like only a senior person can be giving ideas to implement and stuff. Even if you as a fresher join, if you give good ideas, we value those ideas and innovation. Lastly, innovation and ownership. We encourage creativity, innovation, problem solving, and ownership of project. Whereas if you go to any other organization, you'll be given a simple task of doing 7 files, 10 files, whatever every day in the back end or whatever, and you won't be given an opportunity to show your creative side, innovative side, and hence you won't be able to grow that fast. Here, we encourage a lot of creativity, problem solving, and stuff. And in some time, I'll also ask some of the graduates who joined us last year and last to last year to speak about their experience. So that will give you a better idea as to what I mean by this slide. So these are the four reasons that we are giving you to basically join us. Let's go on the next slide, Sam. So now I would request the graduates who have joined us last year and last to last year to work on some of these aspects and give you some of the clarity. And in case you want to interact with them and ask them questions, feel free to do that. I think Aiden, you are the first person.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Aiden here, and I have completed almost 2 years at VMentor. Actually, this Wednesday I was done with 2 years, and I work here as a program manager on the corporate end of VMentor. And I work with companies like Reliance Retail, Kansai Nerolac, Village Tower, and many more. So it's great to be here today and speaking about something that resonates with me, and that's like the work culture over here. So in this organization, every day is like an opportunity you'll get to learn and grow. So you will thrive in this environment where you'll genuinely have fun in getting new ideas out because you will be constantly pushed for it. And it doesn't matter if you're a fresh graduate or an experience like the CEO, the co founders themselves, they will, your voice matters here. So they will encourage you, in fact, to contribute and share your insights on things. So that's one good part. And we'll also get to work closely with a lot of industry leaders. So you'll not just gain insights for your careers, but even perspectives, and will even help you build a network in the long term. So that's one more good thing. The people here are also amazing and will support you when you're stuck, and they will always push you for improving. So there's not much, there's a lot to say actually, but I guess it's best for you to experience it yourself. So wishing you all the best for each one of you, and I look forward on working with some of you.
Sanika, before we move on to you, let me ask them if they have any questions to ask Sam. Aiden, I believe. Anybody wants to interact with Aiden and ask any questions as to
Yes, actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, what is the training program for fresh hirees?
Fresh Highly training program. So that's a good question. So we may plan on, like, obviously you'll be shadowing us eventually, initially. So you'll get to learn on what our day-to-day work is like. You will be supporting us, and then you will be like given an opportunity. Okay, you can experiment stuff, but we'll be overlooking you at one point. And of course, we'll be planning a roadmap of training programs basis what is needed in that role.
just to add on that, although we do some training, some sessions, some workshops, and we guide you as to what our organization is and what kind of projects we'll do, the real learning you get, as Aiden was saying, by shadowing people, and then you basically on the job learn a lot. So although we may do a lot of workshop sessions and all those things, but uh, as you say, if you want to learn swimming, you'll have to jump in the pool. So we believe in that philosophy, and we help you basically learn faster by basically putting you on the job and help shadow someone, and you have someone to talk to. For example, if you are assigned a particular project and you get stuck somewhere, you'll have a mentor inside the organization. You'll have people to help you in that sense. So while owning it up, you'll also have people to handhold you in that sense. Anyone else? Any questions for Aiden? You can go ahead with Sanika now.
Hi guys, I've been here with VMentor for about 2 years now, and although I've had the opportunity to work across domains, I've primarily worked in the Yugma vertical. And as you've understood, we work, very closely with very renowned MBA colleges, helping students prepare for their placement and career journey. So whenever I tell my friends what work I'm doing, I tell them this way: colleges pay us to teach their students how to speak in interviews, what skills to brush up on, and a lot of content on industry, like how do you analyze companies, etc. All of this stuff you learn at MBA level, and you have to pay to learn it. I get to be paid to attend each session. And the best part is I've observed hundreds of MBA interviews, how candidates prepare, how they present themselves, what makes them stand out. I get to connect with incredible mentors. As you know, our team consists of CXOs, and they're constantly pushing us to take projects, which I guess at another company you might not have been able to do this early on in your career. Whether it's creating and presenting pitch decks to business leaders or managing full projects end to end by yourself. Everyone's really supportive, and especially about long-term goals. There's always somebody to mentor you. If you have, say, classes after work for MBA entrances, or you want like extended leaves for entrance exams, everything's sorted here, which I've taken full advantage of. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, that's all that I have.
Which institute were you from? We could just tell them that.
Yeah. I finished my BSc Economics from NMIMS Juhu. All right, I'm open for questions if anybody has. All right.
Okay, we can go ahead. Dylan has raised his hand. You can ask your question.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's just raising hand. Whoever wants to ask any question, kindly unmute yourself and ask them.
Um, may I?
Yeah,
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, hi, Sanika. What are the different roles that you as a marketing and operations executive had at Yugma?
sure. So under marketing, I've worked in marketing research. Under operations, I've worked as a PMO where I was responsible end to end for the delivery of an MOU that we sign with colleges. Under operations, I'm currently also supporting with uh, helping automate the internal processes that we have. I'm working very closely with our founders for this. Beyond this, I've also worked as for some hiring companies. So the first year that I was here, I was supporting hiring for Mahindra Finance. I was the PMO for hiring for General Mills. Yangpu, I've supported for Rupee Boss. Yeah, and a couple more. Does this clarify?
Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
Ashish, she also once had an opportunity to create an end-to-end marketing plan and present that to the CXOs. Sanika, you can just share that.
Yeah, so 4 to 6 months of very intense research, stakeholder interviews. I think 60 plus stakeholder interviews we did, and we had like a 65, 70 page document that we crunched into a presentation on how we should realign our marketing strategy. And then I worked quite a bit on the execution of the strategy.
So what I want to highlight there, Ashish, someone who's just 1 year experience, is a grad and stuff. She was just 1 year experience when she did that.
Yeah.
Nobody gives you such experience at such level in any other corporate. So that is what I was told.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Then go ahead. Sam?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
So yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. So my name is Sam Fernandez, and I an alumni of VJTI from the batch of 2024. So currently, I am 8 months into this organization. So and my okay. Oh, so yeah, my role in this company is PMO Founders Office. So I just want to share what my journey has been over these 8 months, and then let me see if it like what impact I think I have had on this organization, and if you all can draw some inspiration from it. So when I first arrived at VMentor, my start was quite slower than I'd imagined. You know, sometimes you think you want to come into a company. I don't know. I had aspirations such as I'll make an impact from the first day itself. They'll give me a lot of work, and I'll try to excel in that on the first day. Almost the first full week went quite slow than I'd imagined. I was just observing my colleagues. Like I think someone pointed out, do you have some internal training? Not necessarily. You just shadow some of your colleagues who have already been there doing some projects. You help them out with some research work. You are just seeing how the internal organization. You see how the organization structure is. You see things like which all different teams are involved in the processes. Like we have business development, operations, research, marketing, and then you have a founders office which works with the founders, which I was part of. So then when you have that question that when will my turn come, that was an essential question. And then it all started going like it all started getting answered when I got my first project. My first project was Yugma. In Yugma, I was handling a college called MET in Bandra West, the PGDM batch of MET. And then in that we had rolled my job was as a PMO for MET to handle all the interventions such as mock group discussions and PI workshops over there to conduct those, not to conduct those workshops, but to facilitate it. It turned out to be much more than just an events on a calendar. Because for me, who was also someone who's pursuing an MBA, witnessing live group discussions between MBA students, it was like a master class, and it was an opportunity which is quite rare considering the kind of CXO mentors which we had who were delivering that sessions, it was quite a rare opportunity. And it what struck me was like a tangible difference we were making. uh, it's of course upon you on how you view this job as, but when you actually see students who through our training have actually made some impact. I mean, I wouldn't go so far to say like it's all 100% like everyone's impacted, but in some form or sense you have impacted someone's life through these trainings which we do. And when you actually, I have had 2 3 people who I have met and who have gotten placed like through our trainings and everything, and they have said thank you, and it feels really nice like to be part of some process such as that. So also seeing some students land their dream job, like maybe or something like 20 25 LPA, and then actually saying thank you, it feels really nice. So, and also a context about founders office, I have done jobs like booking train and flight tickets from my founder, then also to do like making client proposals to like something like research on business development, also working on the investor presentation. So it's like it draws a full circle. You get a lot of work. It all depends on you of how much you want to learn. The more you want to learn, the more the organization provides you the support you need to grow. It all depends on you and what you want to do. So looking back at my journey, it has been more than just tasks and project. It's been about impact, about how much impact I've been able to make. And so you are in a role that empowers other MBAs to get their dreams, and also you are in a position to achieve your dreams and aspirations as well. So I would just say let's make a difference together, and I wish you all the best. Thanks.
So thank you, Sam. Just to add on what Sam said, when he says I'm facilitating the entire modules at MET PGDM students, now you need to understand any B school already has a lot of PhDs and people who are very academically strong teaching them, right? So there's obviously some better value add that we do. That is the reason they opt for us and they pay us. So what I mean to say here is when anybody goes through our program and manages B schools and stuff, he himself is going through a mini MBA in that sense. You won't get a degree, but from an exposure standpoint, you'll already understand the kind of skills we are imparting, the kind of things we are mentoring, and you'll go through a mini MBA. Second, it's not just about doing sessions and doing simulations and role plays. He also has to do a lot of stakeholder management there. The students are basically consumers, but our customers are basically the management of the college. There's some spoke at the college end, there's some director, there's some placement head. He has to align everyone on everything. So there may be conflicts between different departments. He has to ensure that he sails through the conflict management, he ensures the stakeholder management is good, he ensures everybody is aligned, the communication is done in a good fashion and stuff. So it's little entrepreneurial in nature. You own the entire thing. It's not just you block some calendars, you talk to some people and get the sessions done. Secondly, Sam did not touch on that, but he directly works with Dr. Srinivas, who is the founder. And he's a pretty, you could say, very aggressive and a real hustling kind of a personality. He joined Piramal as an MT and he retired as the CEO of the financial services group. Prior to CEO, he was the CHR, was Chief Strategy Officer and stuff. So he has handled multiple roles in the same organization, and working with him is not easy. If I could just sugarcoat it as much as possible, it's not easy. So he expects a lot. He expects you to read between the lines. And these things basically challenge you to come out of your comfort zone and grow faster. So when the founding team is basically doing any strategy exercise and putting down some vision, some strategy for the organization, Sam is one of the person who works with the founding team there, and he cascades that vision and he aligns everyone on that, and he talks to everyone and ensures that everybody understands that. No other company will give you such kind of exposure at this stage. It may take you 10 to 12 years to even talk to someone. Any questions anybody has from Sam, please feel free to ask. So
I think I see one on the chat. What
Yeah.
qualities of skills do you think are most important for this role? expectations.
Yeah,
PMO executive role. So it's like, I mean, you're not born with those qualities of like stakeholder management. It's something you learn on the job, but it's what's most important is I think to be to have to have a calm, like to be able to think in critically in very tense situations, to have a cool head in those situations, and to like actually be patient with people. You have to be quite patient in such scenarios. It's not easy to always react to everything that's happening around you. You have to think analytically, and you have to think from who are your most important customers and who are the most important stakeholders involved in each situation. So it's about knowing the business, what's important, and also having a cool head is always, I think, something that helps. Yeah. Any other questions?
yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Michelle, are you there?
Yeah, Faisal, I'm there.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So good evening, everyone. Myself, Kushal Agrawal, and I have graduated from Arapuza College of BMS, Bachelor's of Management Studies, last year only, and I've joined UGMA and VMentor in May 2024. So first, in first couple of months, where literally terms of we are getting some handover and all those stuff was there. So we got to know what VMentor does, what other things we are gonna do further ahead, and later on the things has escalated to a different level and got involved in multiple projects. So it's been a quite exciting journey till now, and I hope that it remains exciting till the end as well. So basically, at UGMA, every day is a mix of learning, collaboration, and impact. So, as a program management executive at a founder's office, my role revolves around designing and executing programs that bridge the gap between the education and the industries. So, if I want to say that how my typical day looks like, or what are the things that I do. So, when I start my day, the first thing I do is reviewing the ongoing programs and plan the day's priority. So, this could mean coordinating a leadership workshop, tracking the engagement, or preparing a plan for the campus recruitment under the recruit, train, and deploy model. So a big part of my role is managing the training program for the student and the corporate employees and ensure that what are the objectives that we have started this program with, they are equipped with that and we achieve that objective at the end of the program. So if I speak about the typical roles and responsibilities, what I do at UGMA, so the first one is that collaborating with the different teams or the different stakeholders to plan and execute different type of the training programs, the workshops, or the corporate hiring initiatives. So managing stakeholders is a big part of my role, and anyone who will be joining UGMA, so your 40 to 50% of the job role will be around this only that you need to align all the stakeholders that are involved in a particular project, so that each and everyone is on the same page. So then the other things comes with that working with the trainers and the college placement teams to coordinate and facilitate the workshops on different type of the placement interventions such as CV, GD, PI, CXO leaders, CXO workshop. Then I also drive the recruit, train, and deploy model. At the start, Fazil mentioned that we help some of the corporates to hire the talent for that. We prepare the plan. We know where the right talent is there at which campus. This corporate will find the right talent or the talent they are looking for. So you need to plan for that. So planning is also one of the important components that we'll be working with. Also, when I talk in terms of the SME workforce management or the mentor management, you need to engage with the mentors and industry leaders, ensuring that they are onboarded, trained, and actively contributing to our leaderships and the other interventions mm, that we have onboarded for them for. And the other stuff includes organizing the assessments and the training sessions, both offline and virtuals. Sometimes you need to travel to the client's locations as well. Uh, and coming out to the founder's office, so strategizing with the founder's office to expand the organization's impact, optimize the operations, and improve the engagement with our stakeholders. So basically, if I want to sum up this thing or everything, every day comes with a new challenge and opportunities, whether it's a coordinating a campus hiring event, brainstorming ways to improve a training module, or ensuring our mentors and students have a seamless experience. Uh, each one has a different experience and it requires a different skill sets and everything. So at last, I just wanted to say that if you are someone who enjoys working on impactful projects or collaborating with the industry experts and uh, who really wants to contribute to the future of education and employment, Yigma is a exciting place to be. And I hope that some of the faces that I see currently, we hope to meet them in the offline mode as well when you will be joining our organization. So thank you so much and open to any questions that you may have. So basically, international exposure opportunity currently we are there in some of the international places. So if there is any project that has come up in the overseas part of the thing, uh, and you are managing that, so you will have some international exposure as well there.
So just to add to that, we have worked with companies in Philippines, UAE, Europe, and Africa. And in case any such projects again comes up and we feel that you're the right person to handle the project, we'll be happy to hand over such projects. And I don't know if Kushal covered that, but Kushal basically goes to campuses like top tier baby IIMs and other colleges as a recruiter. So the RTD model that we do, he's the spock head for the college level, and he basically talks to a lot of placement heads of colleges and stuff. And although they don't know Kushal, what is the age of Kushal and stuff, so they respect Kushal as if he's some HR head of somewhere, and they call him sir. And Kushal झाड़ता रहता है often a lot of places. So you are owning such projects in that sense, and so people will give you a lot of respect till the time they know what your age is in that sense. And if you carry yourself well and stuff, there's people will regard you very highly in that sense. And because you're handling the entire project, and that also means that Kushal has to own up the entire recruitment cycle for a particular organization. So for one organization, recently we did a process, and initially they did not select anyone because they did not like it. Then Kushal had to sit with me and others and brainstorm on the process, come up with the new process, and then do the process again and help the college with help the corporate with new set of people. And he was able to do that later on. So you have to own up the success of the project as well. In that sense, is what I'm saying.
Yes, I completely agree to the what Fazla said right now. Want to manage?
Just to add, he was also part of creating a very large proposal for a corporate client. So there's a India's world's second largest advertising agency. We do some work with them, and Kushal is involved in basically creating proposals, understanding their needs, delivering a lot of interventions. Any questions, anyone?
Yeah, sure.
You can go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
Tisya, go ahead, please.
So, hi guys, am I audible? Yes, hi.
Yes.
So, I'm Tisya. I'm the strategy manager at VMentor. I've done my BCom honors from NMIMS Mumbai, but today I'm not introducing myself like that. I'm just introducing myself as a part of VMentor. I'm here as someone who was in your shoes not too long ago, but 3 years back. I'm a fresh. I'm not really a fresh graduate because I have almost 3 years of work ex now. But as a fresh graduate, I was also quite excited, like you guys must be, a little nervous about stepping into the corporate world. But as I complete 3 years, I can tell you it has been the best crash course in real world learning that you can get in this company. And it's like any new job, it has to be overwhelming at the beginning. New job, new people, new ways of working, and a lot of days you will be thinking and asking yourself if you're doing it right. But here's the thing, every challenge comes with an opportunity to learn. So one of the biggest lessons for me was learning to work in gray areas. What I mean by gray areas are where things aren't always clear.
where you don't have all the answers, but you still have to make decisions and move forward because you own something. So a great example would be an iLead program, which we run for MBA students. It's a specialized program. It teaches you specialized skills. Um, I managed that program, and there was no playbook to follow. So it was only followed by like using first principles, by like talking to people, by deep diving, talking to students, by having a lot of brainstorming sessions, and eventually making it happen. So that experience kind of shaped how I approach every single project after that. One more thing is getting comfortable with data. I don't mean spreadsheets or Excel sheets. I mean using data to make smarter decisions. It's like a superpower. So once you start seeing pattern and insights, you can like do a lot with data. Um, you can like you make so many decks and build so many insights for customers that they probably wouldn't even think of. Then there's multitasking. It's not just a buzzword, but in VMentor, it's a daily reality. If you don't know how to multitask, then you may have some kind of an issue over here. Juggling projects, shifting priorities, deprioritizing things, deciding what needs attention right now versus what can wait. That's something that you'll master over here. And one of the coolest things I would say is you don't need a fancy title here to influence people. So what I mean by that is there's no hierarchy, unlike big companies. So I talk to the founder directly. I work with him every day. You can it's all about collaborating, aligning people, making things happen without any kind of formal authority. So that's been one of my biggest learnings. All of this actually kind of led to one of my very proud moments where I got promoted to manager strategy from executive founder's office. And that was just after a year of me working here. So why I'm telling you this is that growth is recognized here, effort is recognized here, and I'm quite a proof of that. Obviously, that was just not a fancy title. It came with bigger responsibilities, deeper involvement, chance to even make a bigger impact. One of the biggest advantages here, I think personally, was working closely with Dr. Srini, the founder. He has been more than a boss for me. He's been a mentor, a guide. He'll not give you the right answer. He'll push you to think. He'll push you to figure things out. And eventually you will grow in this process. So after nearly 3 years, I can confidently say it's not just a workplace, it's a launch pad where challenges can take you forward, and you grow at a pace that you would have never imagined. So all of you joining, get ready for like a fast, dynamic, but quite rewarding company. And I'm looking forward to like seeing you all and working with you all. Yeah.
Anybody has any questions for Tisya? And don't go by the pictures. We just don't do time pass. There's a lot of work. So there's just some fun moments in between. Okay, we can go ahead. So I'll just quickly guide you on the recruitment process that we have. So this is just a sample summary of the recruitment process. So we have invited nine colleges, and 150 is just a hypothetical number just to give you a glimpse. So 500,000 whatever students apply, they go through a Yugma employability test. So this is our own curated test that we use for hiring for other companies also. Be it Mahindra Finance, EMA Partners, General Mills, a lot of companies use our assessment to recruit for their own companies. Just giving you a broad understanding of what the test entails. The test has 3 sections. One is intelligence quotient or IQ, which will involve quant, logical reasoning, data interpretation, verbal ability. So that is the standard IQ testing mechanism that is used in a lot of entrance exams as well as selection processes. The second section is emotional quotient. As you all may be aware, along with IQ, EQ is one of the most important competency or factor, you could say, that help you perform well. So in the EQ, you may be given certain situations and you will be asked how would you react to that particular situation, and based on that, there will be markings. There could also be some conceptual questions, basically testing whether you understand what is emotional quotient. Okay, so first section is IQ, involving quant, logical reasoning, data interpretation, and verbal ability. Second section is emotional quotient, which will include some conceptual questions and some situational questions. And third would be management quotient. So there, the basics of business with respect to marketing, operations, finance, HR, very basic stuff, not very deep. So usually those things are there, and sometimes we even assess the communication skills. I don't think we are doing that as of now. So these three things will be there: IQ, EQ, and MQ. Intelligence quotient, emotional quotient, and management quotient. There's a benchmark for that test. So usually it's 60% out of 100, and there's negative marking in the test. So you have to strategize as to what kind of questions you attempt and what you don't. And people who clear the Yuma employability test, they go to a case study round. They are given a business case study, which is not very technical, but it's a business case study where we assess your thought process, how do you think, how do you come up with solutions and stuff. And based on that case study round, a final shortlisting is done, which go for the personal interview with the founder. So either Dr. Srinivas or Minu or Sanjeev, one person will take the final interview, and based on the interview, there'll be final selections. So we are planning to hire 4, but in case we find someone really good and really fit for organization, we don't mind increasing that number to 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. The right fitment, the right kind of attitude, the right kind of skills, if we get the right fitment, we won't mind hiring more. So this is the recruitment process. In case anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. We can go ahead.
Will there be any time limits pertaining to the Yugma employability test?
So we'll talk to your colleges, and based on your colleges availability with respect to your academic schedule, we give 1 day's time. So within that 1 day, you have to give that 1 hour test. So there's flexibility, but within that 1 day, you have to complete.
Understood. Thanks.
Yeah, go on the next slide, please. So I'll just glimpse through the roles that we are hiring for. The first role is PMO executive, who will work in the founder's office. So all our roles are for Mumbai. It's a full-time role, and the CTC is 5 LPA. So 85% is fixed, and the 15% is variable or incentive component. Anybody who is selected for this role, they'll work directly with the founders and co-founders. So ensuring the strategy is in place, the team is aligned, they're doing what is needed to basically achieve the goals that we are targeting and stuff. There will be a lot of exposure to multiple business functions and strategy. And this role is ideal for people who are go-getters and who thrive in ambiguity. Meaning you don't want a very monotonous kind of a role. There's a lot of ambiguity and gray areas, and you have to talk to people, apply your own mind, and basically navigate through that ambiguity. The same thing which Tisya was talking about, working in gray areas. So the key responsibilities are driving efficiency and productivity with leadership, coordinating with cross-functional operational execution, managing key accounts and stakeholders, analyze data, generate reports, present insights, break down complex problems into actionable steps. So this is what the PMO founders office role is. Post this presentation, we'll email the same PDF to your placement teams, and they will share the same with you, so you can go through it again in case you have any doubts. Go on the next slide, please. The second role we are hiring for is branding and marketing executive. Same CTC, same location. Here you will be basically shaping and scaling marketing strategy for a late stage startup. Because we are 5-year-old startup, we are not an early stage. We are already profitable. We already have investors from the industry. Uh, a lot of time uh, we basically have excess cash and as at a company level, and we have to basically put that into FDs and stuff. So we are a cash flow positive organization. There's a metric in startup which is called runway. Runway means in case tomorrow we stop doing business, how many time can we survive with the kind of money that we have as of now? That is the runway. Although we will never stop doing business, but that's just a metric, and we have enough runway to basically run for another 2-3 years without getting any business in the next 2 years. So what I'm basically telling you is we are a financially and fundamentally strong organization. There's never any hygiene issues with respect to salaries, incentives, delays, and stuff. And uh, I would say we are better than a lot of larger companies with whom we work, where often such issues exist. So there'll be a blending a lot of creativity, branding, analytics in this role, and you have to collaborate with the business development, that is the sales teams and the leadership, to derive marketing strategies. Let's go on the next slide, please. The third role we are hiring for is called delivery and research executive. Same CTC, same location, but here you have to manage the end-to-end project execution and service delivery. You have to conduct research, generate actionable insights, and collaborate with teams and external partners. So in execution, you're basically the face of the organization while delivering the project. So the sales teams gets the project and it is assigned to one of the delivery executive, and he is the primary person responsible for the successful execution of that particular project. So this is that role. They have to own up the execution of the entire project end to end. In each of the role, one common thing what I think would be is you should have strong problem solving and analytical mindset, and you should be able to communicate well with people and gel up well with people. You should be proficient in Microsoft Office, which is MS Excel, PowerPoint, a lot of reporting tools. And these days, all of us use a lot of Gen AI tools, ChatGPT, Gemini, Gamma, all those things. So having those things will help you basically deliver things well and be more productive and efficient. Let's go on the next slide, please. The last role that we are working for is SME Workforce Management Executive. SME stands for Subject Matter Expert. By subject matter expert, we basically mean the mentors that we have from the industry. The mentors, the coaches, the facilitators, trainers. So it's an ongoing process where based on the needs, based on the trends, you have to onboard new mentors, you have to engage with the existing mentors, you have to maintain relationship with them, you have to track their performance, analyze data, generate insights. So this is the fourth role that we are looking for, which is SME workforce management. And in case you have not realized, the actual people who deliver our things are the heart of our offerings, because they are the people who actually deliver the offerings. So this is a critical role with respect to ensuring the right set of people with the right kind of expertise and experience join us and deliver a lot of projects that we get. And at the same time, you have to keep engaging with them so that their interest is also high to work with us. On the next slide, please. I believe all the 4 roles are done. These are the participating colleges in the current process. We have shortlisted these 9 colleges as of now. And hopefully, I think we'll get all the 4-5 people at least that we are looking for. Otherwise, there's more than 10,000 more colleges out there where we can look. Yeah, Khushi, you are raising your hand. You can
Yeah,
unmute.
I just have one doubt. Like, if I'm planning to relocate to Pune, so
Yeah.
VMentor do have their office in Pune as well. So, by any chance, like, is the opportunity same for the Pune address, like office as well?
Yes, it's the same thing. So in case somebody is like is in your situation and if he has to relocate to Pune, we'll be flexible with that because we have an office there and Sanjeev sits there. So won't be a big issue in that.
All right. Okay, understood.
Sorry, Faisal, to cut you off.
Sure.
We most likely would not be able to
Acha.
do that. We are only looking for positions in Mumbai this year. So if it's a special case or something, but depending on the role, maybe the decision will be that time. But we're still looking at Mumbai right now. So.
All right. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you, Faisal.
So I would suggest you go through the process first, and in case you get selected and you get to that stage, then we can discuss those things.
Sure. No worries. Thanks.
I think we're done with the presentation. Anybody, in case you have any doubts, queries, this is your last chance to get those answered. After this, we'll basically, this is just one. Yeah, Khushi.
One more, like by when we are starting with the process, like the round one.
By next week itself will start.
It's 3rd March will start, Monday.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Just a quick doubt.
Sure.
Faisal, you had mentioned that AI in VMentor.ai does not stand for artificial intelligence. What did it stand for?
I did not get you. Can you repeat?
Am I audible?
Yes.
You had mentioned in the start of the PPT that AI in VMentor.ai did not stand for artificial intelligence. What did it stand for?
It stands for all intelligence.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So AI in itself does not do a lot of things because it's ultimately you have to make it relevant and impactful for the purpose that you're using it for. So when you use it for example, with Fiat tires, we basically help them with the sensors across the organizations in the manufacturing setup to use a lot of intelligent tools there, sensors there, artificial intelligence combined to derive what is the kind of errors or flaws that would come in the manufactured tires and how can they reduce the kind of errors that they do in their manufacturing. So AI is just one part. There's a lot of other things that are involved, and that is the reason we are positioned as all intelligence rather than just artificial intelligence.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody has any other question? Unmute and ask, please. Harshal has. Yes, Harshal, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Actually, in Podar College, we have our semester end exams from next week. So, how our selection processes will be managed?
So we'll talk to your placement spock and ensure there is a feasible timeline, but we'll also have to ensure that it ends by our deadline that we have. So we'll make a way by talking to your placement head. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we can start the video this year.
हम सब जो साथ में खुशियाँ सब हाथ में रहे, हमसे बस फासले रहे यूं हर तुरुत चाहे कहीं भी किसी भी मोड़ पर बिगड़ेगी कोई बात भी अगर मिलके एक दूजे से कहें यूं।
ये बातें छोटी मोटी बातें ये आए जाए जैसे कि दिन और रातें ना आंखों से लगाना कभी ये बरसाते मेरे यारों। अपना हर दिन ऐसे जियो जैसे कि आखिरी हो, जियो तो इस पल ऐसे जियो जैसे कि आखिरी हो। अपना हर दिन ऐसे जियो जैसे कि आखिरी हो, जियो तो इस पल ऐसे जियो जैसे कि आखिरी हो।
So that was just a glimpse of a lot of offsites that we do, a lot of budgetary strategy meetings that we do and stuff. So although we work very hard and stuff, it's a fun done environment where you have fun also and you ensure that the work that assigned to it gets done. So it's a fun done kind of a culture that we have. Occasionally we keep going to offsites, dinner, lunches based on the occasions and all those things. Somebody is joining now. What will she do now? Yeah, anybody else has any questions, please feel free to ask. Yeah, I think we are good to go. This is just a small scanner which all of you can just scan and answer that quickly, and we'll just show it on the screen, the responses that we are getting anonymously without your name. Shall you have more doubts? Please unmute and ask. Can we show the Mentimeter screen? So these are some of the responses that we have got. Okay, so thank you so much. So from the next week, our team will reach out to your placement teams and we'll start the process. In the meantime, you can basically start brushing up your quant understanding of emotional intelligence and basics of HR, finance, marketing, and stuff on all those things. So that will help you crack the Yugma employability test. Thank you for your time. See you on the other side. Bye.